HBS women are ambitious,
brilliant,
accomplished, problem solvers,
impactful,
determined,
sassy,
resilient,
passionate leaders,
motivated,
competitive,
tenacious,
and certainly the ones that were there earlier are pioneers.
For me, success is all about developing your entire person and finding your passion and tending towards the whole woman.
to be able to view success over time. She doesn't have to have it all at any given moment in time, but I want her to feel as though she can have it all through the course of her life.
To me, success in the 21st century is self-awareness. So it's knowing what you're good at and what you're passionate about. It's knowing what you don't like and what you're not good at. And it's the ability to carve out a life for yourself that's optimized for you. And so if you want to run a company, you can run a company. If you want to give back, you can give back. If you want to have a family, you can do all of that.
So you can still be a CEO and a supermom, but you can't be them at the exact same level. And every moment of every day, you've got to make a decision.
The first thing that you really have to understand is what you really want to do, what your real passions are. The other thing that you have to understand is that you're not going to be able to do everything in this world that you want to do at the same time.
Everybody thought, okay, we can do it all. We can have a job, we can raise kids, we can be superwomen. That was kind of the message. And if only you had the energy and the smarts and the stick-to-itness and you weren't overly influenced by people who told you you could not do things, if you had a certain amount of impetus to buck the system and just stay the course.
The steps that women should be taking early on in their careers is to think more about how family fits into their careers. Because we leave Harvard Business School with these incredibly lofty goals and this enormous ambition, which are all great things, but at some point the reality of life comes up.
But most of all, stay secure, because your professional job does not define you. You can be confident in the knowledge that you're a smart and capable, confident person. You don't need a title to make you a secure person in this world. Just be happy in your own skin.
The steps that women can take early in their career to prepare for the curves that life throws them, I would say have a plan, but don't be married to it.
I would say follow your passion rather than what you think is the competitive thing to do or what's going to make the most money. Think long-term about your lifestyle and how you want to live your life.
Very often, I think we get so caught up in our careers and getting the tasks done that we don't take time to pay attention to the emotional intelligence.
And to remember that opportunities can come from all sorts of different places. I've had wonderful things happen in my life from people I wouldn't have expected, so it's a good idea to be nice to everybody and to remember that your network of relationships is really quite broad.
HBS was the most interesting group of people I ever saw in one place, and it changed my life in a number of ways.
People will often ask me, why did you decide to go to Harvard Business School? Because I never wanted to hear the question, can you type again? And women of my generation were asked that question, no matter what their education, no matter how much travel and how much experience. I graduated with honors from one of the best colleges there were, and I was asked, can you type?
It's actually made me more fearless. It's made me more courageous and willing to seek out new and different opportunities.
The impact that HBS has had on my life is immeasurable, because I met my husband the first day of class. So out of 1,000 men, I married Stephen Baum, whom I've been married to for 44 years and have 2 sons, one of whom went to Harvard and the other went to Harvard Law School.
When I went to HBS, I was the single parent of a 2-year-old and 4-year-old. I don't think anyone had ever been a single parent at HBS before, so I've been told. And I would say that by going to HBS and then into the careers that it prepared me for, I actually had more flexibility and more opportunity to manage my career at the same time as I stayed very focused on my family than if I had not gone to HBS.
In terms of how Harvard Business School has impacted my life, I would say that one of the reasons that I went was that I did not want anyone ever to question my credentials. I didn't want anyone ever to say, and this was the 70s, you can't do that because you don't have this or that degree. So I thought that an MBA from Harvard Business School would stop all questions right where they started, and they did.
It brought the world closer. It taught me about economics for the first time, and it gave me friends all over the world.
HBS has been a wonderful gateway to many opportunities and many people, and therefore had a tremendously positive impact on my career and on my life in general.
HBS enabled me to switch careers, become financially independent, and learn about many, many businesses in the context of being an investor.
When I left the program, I left the AMT program, I'd already been in an executive position running a large division of a large corporation. And what I had learned during the program, I was really able to readily apply.
My HBS experience has had a tremendous impact on my life. I would say that it has given me the courage to take risks, and also it has provided me with a global network of alumni, many of whom are very dear friends and others who are very valuable colleagues and part of my professional network.
It's given me a systematic way to approach business and the world, and it's also given me people all over the world that I can visit wherever I go.
HBS is credibility. So it's really offered a lot of opportunities in the business field and lots of challenges, and I'm very thankful for that.
My HBS experience has been a gift to me. It has given me professional fulfillment, and this is something that I never thought I would get, but I have gotten it. I think there's a big difference in the kids who are graduating now versus when I was there in 1978, and I can talk about this firsthand because my son, David Himmel, happens to be a first-year student at Harvard Business School. And what fun it is to see the school through his eyes almost 34 years after I graduated.
All decades, all ages, all experience, and they're awesome. They're motivated, they know how to hit the ground running. They don't have a lot of baggage about how to get things done, and it's been a pleasure.
I think that what's different now than when we graduated was that there were so few women for us. There were only perhaps, I think 29 or 28 women in my class, 2 or 3 per section, so we didn't have a lot of people that we could lean on, and all the women were also relatively inexperienced in the business world, so we couldn't really help one another terribly much with getting the experience base that we needed to do well.
I think the major difference for women graduating today versus when I graduated in 1983 is that there are many more professional women now than when I graduated.
The younger generation has the internet and was the social media, digital marketing. During that time when we began, we only had 3 women out of 160 men.
My friendships and connections with HBS women have been the most inspiring friendships that I've had. And I feel like HBS women are so dynamic, so passionate about what they do, and at the end of the day, fearless.
Take advantage of every moment, every inch of space that you have while you are in those walls, and make it work and make it rock for you. The network is extraordinary. The work we do together as a community is incredible, both professionally as well as in our philanthropic endeavors.
As my career has moved me from New York to San Francisco and even Sydney, Australia, the HBS Alumni Network has been a big help to me. I found that working with the alumni clubs around the world has helped me tap into the alumni network in important ways. It's helped me to assimilate to new communities, to make important business contacts, and also lifelong friends.
Stay connected with your classmates, with any women, with any people from your HBS network, because they are such a powerful network. There's so many open doors that can happen for you as a result of meeting and connecting with the people that are from HBS.
Now that women have a broader role in business,
it's easy to forget, and I think it was easy for my class to forget the women that came before us. And as I got to be a more senior person in my career, I realized there were fewer and fewer women around, and they became my friends, my female friends from HBS became a much more important part of my life. I'd always been friends with them, but I began to look at them more as advisors to me in my career, for their help, for their advice, for their suggestions.
Because when we help somebody else, it's a great reminder that we have value, and it's very easy when we're looking and we're asking people for help, whether it's finding a job, that we don't necessarily feel as good about ourselves as we should. And by helping other people and acting as a connector for them, it's a great way of feeling empowered and helpful and powerful and confident.